Kansas City Senior High School. What age were you diagnosed with lupus?
I was 45 when I was diagnosed.
How did you feel at that moment?
I'm very relieved that someone actually discovered what was wrong with me. I was born with lupus, came out of my mother's belly with bright red cheeks, and if one more person told me how lucky I was because I had such ruddy cheeks, I was going to scream.
In your own words, can you describe what it's like to have lupus?
When I first was diagnosed with lupus, it was extremely hard for me to realize that I had to slow down, that I had to take a day I did something 24/7, and I had to realize that I couldn't run every single day. I'd run and run until I dropped, and then I'd wind up sick and in bed for weeks on end and couldn't understand what was happening. I had a daughter who passed away 8 years ago. Before she died, she really made me understand and realize that I had to accept the fact that I had lupus, that it was a no-choice deal, and that I had to learn that I had planned to do something one day, rest the next day, do something the next day, rest the next day, and it doesn't always work that way, but I try really hard to schedule myself out and do stuff like that. I volunteer with the Lupus Foundation I have for the past 15 years, and it's really been a wonderful experience for me to actually help inform other people as to what it's like to have lupus and what's involved with it.
How supportive is your families and friends with this disease?
They're extremely supportive. My younger brother lives with me, and he always says to me, "Oh, it's after 6 o'clock, your brain's gone to sleep," and it's like, it does. You know, after a certain hour of the day, sorry, I've got a runny nose. After a certain hour of the day, it's like your brain just shuts down. My friend Susan, who's standing behind me, just tapped me. Sometimes we're on the phone, we'll go, "What were we talking about?" And I go, "Oh, it's loopy brain time." You know, we sort of laugh about it, but it's really not funny. It's sad and it's very frustrating, but you learn to deal with it. You learn to accept the fact that you have these problems, and my feeling is if someone can't understand it, well, you don't need them as a friend, you don't need them in your life. You only have positive things in your life, you don't put negative things in your life.
Who in particular has helped you deal with having lupus?
Who what?
Who in particular has helped you deal with having lupus?
My friends from the Lupus Foundation, meeting other people, having them understand. I had a friend who lived with me for 12 years and helped take care of me when I was really sick when I was first diagnosed.
How important is this walk to you?
It's extremely important because it lets people get out there and understand, and it lets me ask people for money, which is hard to do because you don't want to say to people, "Oh, I've got this terrible disease." You don't want to say, "Oh, you know, I'm this horrible person, something awful's happening to me." It lets them, you know, realize that, yeah, something's going on and that you have a reason to do something. And it allows us to let people know, and in this day and age, they're discovering people with lupus at younger and faster ages than they did when I was first discovered.
Okay, last question. Is there anything you'd like to add to others to inform them about lupus or how lupus has changed your life?
Yeah, I think people ought to go on. The Lupus Foundation the local organization has an email that they can go on. The National Association has an email. And unfortunately, unless someone gets out there that's famous that says, "I've got lupus," people don't pay any attention. And it's like, it's a disease that's sort of pushed off to the side that's extremely important. And they're discovering now that more and more men are coming up with lupus. So it's interesting because we find more and more men coming to our lupus support groups. And whatever information we can ever give anyone, I'm always willing to talk to anybody that wants information on lupus and, you know, whatever I can do. Unfortunately, I was very young when I got injured, and for the last 20 years I haven't been able to work full-time, and it's been really hard for me to even work part-time, but I get out there and I volunteer and do whatever I can to make the community realize what's going on. I have a service dog, and everyone always wants to play and be with Molly, but, you know, Molly's there for a reason.